Hey, we're back.
We're back.
We're back. We're ready to start the episode. And even though Testu is basically dead,
Yeah.
we're gonna start in Absalom Station.
Oh, you tease.
Because I like to do that. So, Dr. Len, Zeha,
Yeah.
Yes.
between y'all, what is going on in these, at the very least, 1 week, 2 weeks that you have, like with Tetsu and everyone else traveling through the drift?
Certainly. Dr. Len, why don't you? I'm sorry, Len. Why don't you start?
That was actually very rude, and I resent that. Len is going to. Zeha had clued him in on that like storage crate thing that might be like a good.
She kind of like gave the
so-
rundown, like, look, this is a personal pulled strings kind of deal, and if we go this route, just remember that. But that's like the most that she would really say about that.
And I guess he'd look into that to see if it looks like it will be safe if he thinks he can move stuff in and out of that without being seen for the most part.
Yeah, could I actually like initially just assist with like if this is a storage facility / unit, like, are there cameras a lot of the times, and what's the status there?
Yep, there's usually no cameras. There is like one guard that basically stands guard at the entrance of the entire facility. And yeah, even the entrance to the facility isn't that, what am I trying to say? Like that scene that populated. Especially if it was like at night or something, it'd be pretty sparse. The big thing would be that the guard checks anything coming in and out of the facility. Basically, like I said, this android had used it as a sleeping place for a while, like just a roof over the head, and the android was the only thing that came in and out. So like, it's not like it got checked, kind of thing.
Right, is there like I think we talked about last time, like, the concern about like smells, like, and things like that, like, as you're producing drugs. Is there some sort of like either like ventilation or something that we can implement to ensure?
Not majorly. No, no major ventilation or anything. What you could do is I would say Dr. Lin knows plenty of stuff to like when he's mixing chemicals to keep the smell down, as well as like wear mask and stuff. And I'll say that's probably included in the price that he's been quoted by
So
the
I
Space Master.
actually have one of these air fresheners. It's like a pine tree. It says
You
it's
die.
extra strength.
It's actually just this, like, instead of like that pine tree that you hang, it's like a little like nebula galaxy, and it just smells like
There you
the
go.
drift.
This is awesome.
It's got
Fresh
little googly
space.
eyes on it, just because.
Instead
kind
of like fresh pine or whatever, it's just like fresh space or open space or something.
Yeah.
like
Endless void.
do I get maybe from like observing for a little bit or something, do I get the feeling this guard checks stuff like thoroughly or just gives it like a glance? And
For the most part, you'd think just gives it a glance until they would see like something odd, basically. Like it's something like you've seen all the storage facilities in here. Like they probably check 20 to 50 packages coming in a day. So like if they don't see anything odd, they're like, all right, box, gotcha, like that kind of stuff.
Alright, so I'm thinking this might be a really bad idea unless like we can bribe the guard or something.
At that Zeha is sort of like no longer, like, she would at most like come with you to scope it out the one time and like make you the connection to it, and then it's kind of your decision.
And Waffles, remind me, the other options are like a really sketchy place that's cheaper and a like more stable place that's more expensive.
I think technically this is
Basically,
the cheapest, even more than the sketchy place, I thought.
Yeah, this one was cheaper than the sketchy place because it's just a storage facility. Like you're not like working in like a proper room with a door or anything. Like you're pulling a garage door down or leaving it open, whatever you want to do.
It's like
goodness,
not
that's
ideal unless you like build a false wall. So like you open the front of the storage and then it's like, oh, nothing to see here, and then you go in deeper.
Yeah, which like I'm not gonna make you go super into it, Dr. Lin, but I'm gonna say like with the amount of money that the amount of credits that you're like putting into and what you know about like being a doctor and stuff, you can definitely like Dexter up the place and like build a false wall here. You got an entrance to the side. There's a zipper on this piece of plastic, etc., etc. Like, I did that stuff for a living, so I know you could for sure. Or
Wait,
Dr. Lin
wait,
could.
What?
What?
No.
I sprayed bathtubs for a living. I had to keep all the smells in.
That is not what you said.
Slight
exactly what I
slight.
Yeah.
No.
Context is everything.
Okay, so what's the price difference between the like normal, the like sketchy place and the non-sketchy place that isn't the storage unit? Just because I really don't want to have to go through this garden.
The sketchy place would be 800 up front. This place was going to be 600 up front, and the non-sketchy place was going to be like 1300 up front. That's basically you renting out this place, like all these places for a month, because you're basically like leasing it.
Okay. Oh, that's right. The funny stinger thing. Could we look into? Could you look into selling that beforehand? Actually?
Decius, owner of storage facility, 70 per month.
Oh, 70 per month? There you go. Well, then this one would be 70 per month.
Oh my goodness.
Take notes, folks.
Notes are the lifeblood of any campaign.
So I would say with this one being 70 per month, so like all those up fronts were like including your drugs and stuff. So with this one only being 70 per month, I would say that you'd be 400 up front.
Oh, that's
you
a
did the
really
storage.
good deal.
It's like half price basically. As far as the stinger goes, I know you're asking about that. You can definitely look into selling it. Y'all were looking into like finding a special procurer of it, which is why it hasn't been sold yet, and then no one went down that route. So you could get rid of it for like 100 credits, but if you were looking for someone who is actually interested in it, it might be upwards of 300 or something. I don't know. Sets is raising his hand. He probably has a price on it.
Well, I don't have a price, but like similar things for like K-Fax armor and things like that actually goes into like thousands of credits, but that's neither here nor there. What I wanted to say was I did go down the route of procuring the special materials person. That should be coming.
Reaching out to the Starfinder. Oh, they said that it would be this week.
Yeah, yeah.
If Aizen would like have messaged Zeha or anything and just let her know that,
Yeah.
then
Yeah,
I
like-
could do that.
That was very
Okay.
obvious. I had a very public meeting with Arvin, so
Yep,
yeah,
perfect.
that's not
For sure. Do you want to meet this person, Zeha?
If I have time. I have priorities, don't you know?
Sure. Yeah, I'll say you have time one day. You meet this. We're gonna say this purple-skinned Lashenta
Ew.
that like
Yeah,
dressed to the nines, all up in a suit and everything. Kind of comes in and just really quick speed running it. Basically, very haughty personality, but knows what everyone's looking for.
Oh, I'm
Probably
haughty
some-
right back.
Sure. It does not seem to bother him at all. Just par for the course. Quick small talk. Understands that Aizen's not going to be there. And says that, well, I'll just have to meet another time. I'm busy.
Oh, I can do the transaction in his place for now.
For the special ore as well.
Oh, no, I have no idea what that is. You can deal with that with him.
Which is what I was speaking of. Okay, now your transaction actually.
she takes it in stride. She does not care.
Sure.
And yeah, I will diplomacy the hell out of whatever I can to get a higher price. You know, tell the fancy story. Say like the drama. Say how like incredibly huge this particular monster was. That it was like the alpha of the pack and all this other stuff. And like really just
Sure.
say this is special.
Yeah, give me that diplomacy.
I'm gonna do. Well, is this? No, this is not gathering information. So it would be
No.
actual diplomacy, not culture, right?
Yeah, you're trying to change his mood on something.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, diplomacy. 27.
Ah, there you go.
That's
27.
It's not Pathfinder, it's Starfinder.
All right, while you're diplomatizing, he is kind of looking over the stinger the whole time, get the sense that he's really appraising it. He looks at it for a second. He goes, "I'll give you 500."
I mean, is that like?
You think he's undercutting you a little bit?
I raise my eyebrow at him.
So yes.
I'm sure you can appreciate the value of such a thing accurately. 800.
He like peers at it for a second. Let's do, I think 600. The story was nice. I can sell it with the story to a museum or something.
You want a picture with me on it? I'll hold it up. That'll easily add to the value.
He looks
Then
you
a
up and down.
white it.
He looks you up and down real quick. No.
Ouch, that cuts deep.
Your ego shrunk by
Yes.
one size that day.
Did you say 500 originally and then 600?
Yeah, and you said 8.
Got it. Sure. She like realizes at that point, like this is not worth her time. So
Sure. He gets all your information, starts to transfer the credits. Once they appear in your count, you see him. Basically, he like pats it for a second, says, "Just leave it here. I'll have someone come pick it up." And he begins to walk out, kind of glances back with a little wry smile and says, "I would have won 7."
my time is worth more.
And he walks out.
All right. Now.
So you got 600 credits for that.
Gorgeous. I will just transfer those 600 directly to Dr. Len at that point.
Okay.
Hoo-wee!
You're rich.
I thought for a second you were going to skim some off the top and be like, 300 for me.
I only got 300. I'm so sorry.
Consultant fee, commission.
I'll mention it to the group though, like in the group chat, which I'm sure that those in the drift will not get for a long time. I'll just kind of keep record saying like we've got 600 for it that are going for now for Dr. Layton's initiatives.
For sure.
All right.
All right.
So, in the matter of these few weeks, it begins firstly for Zeha with research. She's going to take her time on a secure computer and just probably for a good day, maybe two, over the course of the full day, just really do a lot of research.
Sure. Give me a 1d6. Sorry. Give me a 1d4 plus 1. This is how long it's going to take you. Okay. So 5 days. You realize, I'll tell you, like you realize that the second day, like it's taken a while to get the kind of information that you want. So I'll let you stop whenever you want within those 5 days, and you're going to get less on each person. Or you can just spend the whole 5 days because you have the time. And it's basically like taking 20 and you'll get everything I've written up.
Do I have time to do this along with going to school?
I would say so. Yeah. I mean, going to school is not a super full day, and like it's not like you can spend 8 hours a day on a computer either just researching people. Like this is just over the course of 5 days with normal activities as well. And I would say school is a normal activity.
Perfect. So yeah, let's do that. I will I'll take my time, do the research while going to the I'm not gonna remember the name of this place.
Arcana Miriam.
Arcana Miriam, thank you. While finally attending the Arcana Miriam. I'm just, we don't have to go into it, but I'm kind of curious like what the Arcana Miriam's like teaching me.
Sure. The Arcana Miriam is a lot of what you were already taught. It just seems more specific and more one-on-one training. It's kind of like what you were taught as a technomancer coming up.
Sure.
It is very magic exists in the world, technology exists in the world. Like the best way that I've kind of compared it in my head is like a real life version of like religion meets science, almost. Like it's literally like magic meets technology.
Sure.
And they're like magical energies do this in the air. Technological energies produce these electronic signatures. If you combine them like this, then an explosion happens. Like,
interesting. Okay. As I relearn those foundationals, I go through one by one the Ramsem 10 members, and I investigate who they are outside of the Adari. And I try to identify which one is the likeliest to have any ties or connections with the Starfinder Society. Those kind of not just tracking their interests and trips outside of the Adari, but also, relatives, connections, incentives, all of those types of things to try to just determine what's going on. And this is kind of coming from Zeha realizing that, like, as she grew up and trained in the Ramsem 10, it was very much like, this is a given and your focus is elsewhere. Your focus is on your training, your focus is on your study, and she's never had that outside moment to, like, look in.
For sure. All right, so I got a bunch of stuff written up here. It's gonna be an info dump. I'll go ahead and tell you. I'm not gonna come out and say this person is most likely. That's for you to decide based on all this information. As far as the stuff with like relatives and possible motives, you might get some of those, you might not. Those are the harder things to find. Of
Absolutely.
like, this person has had a motive for the past 10 years. Like that.
You
kind
mean
of
that's
stuff.
not just like on Google? That's not like Google's top search answer? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Fuck, I forget what Google's what we called
Hubble.
it. Hubble.
Trademark cool. Okay.
Hubble bubble.
All right. You ready?
Oh boy, am I. Bring it.
All right. Dermoff, the first one, has been on the council
Dermoff.
since your grandmother was Madeline. Backed her on almost every move. When your grandmother was pronounced dead, he fought very hard to get his wife a seat on the council, offering to even give up his own. His biggest blunder, and I'm putting like some blunders and stuff in here because like it's good blackmail if you ever need it, and I think it's something Zeha would look for.
Sure.
But his biggest blunder that you can find is a small news story of him getting super drunk one night on Absalom Station and swearing that the Kasatha belonged on something better than a hunk of metal.
Yep, fair enough.
I assume that's the cranky old man.
It is.
I liked him.
Sankia, or Sankea Kulin. So there is very little information on her that doesn't revolve around her being just an amazing businesswoman. She seems to have started, stopped, and started a new 10 plus, 20 plus businesses throughout all of the Pact. The logs say more than a couple of times, quote, just for the fun of it. And it seems she rarely leaves the Adari.
Okay. Is there a like time period in which all of this information shows up that like she doesn't really exist beforehand? Like, could it be feasibly something that somebody could like flood the market with, like to fake a person? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll say you can definitely, you think that's an option. You don't think it's the most likely option. Everything tracks perfectly. It's not like it's on one Wikipedia page. It's in this news article plus this place plus on a Leovara website. Like it all tracks and backtracks to each other.
Okay. And then you said that they don't leave the Adari much?
Rarely leave the Adari. Yeah.
Do people visit her a lot?
Based on what you've seen, yeah, but that's usually, if not always, under the guise of her businesses.
Okay.
Niel, which is your mom, rode the coattails of your grandmother, coming up into the Madaloon spot, and now her house is one of the grandest on the Adari. Has been seen, like in the years of your childhood, you'd probably even know this, and you'd probably know some of this prior to your research, but has been seen making frequent trips to many surrounding planets, including Akiton, Eox, Absalom Station, and Leobar.
Her
Okay.
biggest blunder is giving away the family's fortune in $500 increments to anyone who speaks to her.
Fair.
I thought it was Zeha.
You act if that's more than a penny.
No, that's the point.
He's just giving your kid a shiny coin every now and then.
She gives it to everybody.
All right, you got that one?
Best I can. I hope I can get some notes later, but yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah. You don't have to write all this down. I can give it all to you. If you have any questions based on them, feel free to ask now, and I'll answer to them to the best of my ability.
Can I see if perhaps around the time that I let her know that I knew about the Starfinder connection, if there
Yep.
was a rather immediate trip afterwards or near that time period?
There was
Okay,
to Absalom Station.
great.
Not sus.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll tell you because you're Zeha. Do with that what you will. It could have been anywhere from her damage controlling,
Okay.
because like if you say something like that, like she wants to go check it out anyway, especially having come up like in the seat of the Madaloon, et cetera, like even if she wasn't part of it, or she could be a spy. Like both of those make perfect sense.
Has she ever mentioned to me what her business trips are about when I was around?
She kind of waves her hand at it and says Romson 10 stuff, which I mean, that means diplomatic things ranging from A to Z.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah. Taya joined the council very recently and has almost no past on her in any database that you could find. Seems she was raised on the Adari and can speak to a lot of events that have specifically happened, like as in like she's spoken to a lot of these events, whether that's on the council or like in like recent interviews, blah blah blah. But it seems the story is her parents left her on the Adari as a young kid and attempted to go to Akiton in a small raiding group. And that, while not super normal, is like unfortunately normal for Kasatha that decide to make that decision.
Okay.
And then as a young person, she is constantly on and off the ship.
Any hint as to what she does?
I mean, everything from heading to Absalom to visiting this bar to trying to make a business decision here. Like wide range of everything, basically.
Okay.
Probably the largest range of any like council member, because she's still young. She's like maybe 5 years your senior.
Right. And was I aware of her in the Ramsum 10 when I was growing up? Like as someone who's like,
No.
She wasn't in classes and things like that? Like she wasn't.
No. It's not super rare for like that, because like classes and stuff are like for prospective Madaloons. Like while some Ramson 10 do get picked from the prospective Madaloon that don't make it, like like your rival, if you got Madaloon, might become part of the Ramson 10 or something.
Sure.
Like eventually.
Sure.
But there's definitely people who don't go through classes. Like that the man on the council, the man on the Ramson 10 right now,
Jerma?
has never been through any of those classes.
Right. Okay. And there's nothing, any blunders, any like, just can I think of why her resume, so to speak, is so blank?
Yeah, you try to think on it, and everything that keeps coming back to it is that she kind of came out of nowhere. Like I said, her parents kind of left her on the Adari as a kid, so she's an orphan. For the most part, you can guess is if she's on the Ramson 10, then she had a backer, for sure.
And
Whether that whether that was like Durmoff or your grandmother or your mom or like anyone on the council probably backed her and spoke very highly.
Yeah, okay. So somebody knew her, somebody, like, voted her on, so to speak.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
And then Namta. Nam's major bit of information that doesn't revolve around the Adari is that she once had a seat on the council, even when the Madaloon had a chair. It was a short interim in which the captain chair could not be held by Ima, who is the captain, and entrusted it to Namta.
So she was
So like
potentially
that.
part of, like, a different group on the Adari.
Basically, yeah.
Was it, like, the engineers, or was it which... Do you know which group? Or does it say which group?
It was the engineers, yeah.
Okay.
Which you know, like the captain's like a engineer or like a mechanic, basically. So
She's Durmoff's wife, right?
yes,
And Durmoff pushed for her to be on the council. On the Roslyn
Yep.
10 council, rather.
yep.
Interesting. Okay.
All right. Hope that at least spurs some stuff. Slightly helpful.
It does. It does. All right. So after sort of like, is this going through just that first week?
Yeah.
Okay. Then between going to classes and doing my research, after which I send out 3 invitations.
Okay.
I'll let you know which, and I'll pick.
All right. That sounds good. Dr. Len, your first week, real quick. What do? You get everything set up? Where do you go? Et cetera, et cetera. Like, you making drugs? You saying screw it and you just leave on the ship and take Grace?
Yeah, and I destroy Grace and end the campaign. Good game, everyone.
Thank God.
You act as if I don't have that planned.
Dang, you know me too well. I. All right, so just one more question before I can finally make my decision where to set this up. One more question.
For sure, for sure.
On a
Hit
scale
me.
of like 1 to 10, how sketchy is the sketchy place?
I knew that was the question.
Like, 1 being sketchy. Let's see. 1 being sketchy, 3 being where Crick works, and
Okay.
10 being like Arvin's office.
Okay.
It's like a 2.
A 2? Okay. Okay, so I think I'll pick there just because I feel nothing good will happen from willingly putting myself around positions of authority.
Okay.
So you said that's like $600, 600 credits to start up?
800.
800? Okay.
Yep. I said it was 800. The other one was 4.
Hey,
'cause
I
it was
think
half.
you said it was more like 120, but okay.
No. It's 800 not for just that place. It's like that place's lease plus every other thing that you're buying, including people
okay.
and the drug start. Like
I'm
that's
buying people?
That's your startup
Wow,
cost.
you went
need a little
dark
people
real
to be able to
quick.
produce stuff.
Yeah, you have to have
I
like
was just hiring them, Waffles.
well, that's
yeah,
what he's
hold on.
saying.
You're not buying people. You're
Yeah, no.
hiring people.
That is
Get
not
outta
what you
here.
You
said.
said it. You can't take it back, Waffles.
What have I done?
Skittermanders
That's now an
aren't people.
expense.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
Just kidding.
Wow. All right, well that ruins my backup character. Jeez.
Yo, I love this
yeah.
Skittermanders lore.
They're
Alright,
sick.
you,
We have
you,
600.
you hire like 3 people.
One thing I want to do, I also want to hire wait, can I hire more than 3 people?
Do you want to?
Yeah.
Okay. I gave you a price list basically. So like,
Mhm.
are you trying to make money off this?
Yeah, I'm trying to make money, and I want to sell it to like other mercenary companies.
You understand that's gonna be sketchy and have have a chance of more eyes to be on you and stuff, but you definitely can, and you can hire more than 3 people.
Fund the campaign.
I think we need to make these sacrifices to help ensure our mission goes off without a hitch. There's greater things at stake here, Waffles.
I think you
Okay.
would, by the way, just Dr. Len, like I think you would feel that distinct, like at first, Zeha was there with you, like kind of like communicating, like trying to say like, okay, like this is my help for you. Let me know what you need. Like I can't be too involved, but you know, still there. And then, like, I think if I recall from last session, like you made some kind of pointed comment that like she was basically like ditching you, and you saw definitely a change in her. And then, like, she was a little less communicative the next day and a little less. And, like, she checks in via text, but is far more AWOL than you might have expected at first.
Okay, yeah, Len doesn't really seem to notice that much.
Sure. And I think it just points to the fact that I'm not there to, like, convince Dr. Len to not do this.
Yeah.
For sure.
All the dirty money just rolls in and
Yeah.
has nowhere to be found.
All right. If you put in 1,000 credits up front instead of 800, you're going all out, you can make 500 credits the first month. Like profit. Sorry.
Okay.
So you
wait,
make,
did you
you make 1,500 total, basically.
How much more did you say I'd be spending?
200 more than you've already
Okay.
spent.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Don't add that 1,000, or don't add that 1,500 back yet. Obviously, that's the first month, and we're only going through a week here. What I will tell you is, it is again, you're going to be rolling multiple times for like eyes being on you and stuff.
Okay. Fate has sided with me, so I'm not too worried.
Okay. Cool.
Also, I want to see if Crick will work for me.
Oh
I was
my
hoping you would do that.
if you're paying him, Crick would absolutely work for you.
Yeah, okay. Crick's like the first person Len goes to.
Yeah, Crick's like,
I've heard you do good work.
Yep, I got a bunch of friends. You're paying? Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, and then like Len will just explain everything in like excruciating detail. He's very like meticulous about doing this, and like gets on like is very specific about like lab standards, even in this sketchy place, at least as much as he can be. Like he's acting like this is like something important.
and Crick like legit listens to all like the lab standards and stuff, and speaks back to you in language that seems to note that Crick understands them. And then like the next day, Crick's in there, no gloves, no goggles, just working away.
Just in boxers with meth cooking.
But everything you check out, like there's no spills. It's not like Crick's wasting anything. Doing good work, very poorly, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, and every time Len will like get on him, like probably increasingly like aggressively.
Yep, and every time Crick replies as the best worker you could ever want. Like, oh yeah, I'll get the gloves on, absolutely. Yep. Puts goggles on in front of you. You walk out of the room, takes them off.
Len will hire someone to stand guard in the building.
Okay.
To make sure lab standards are met.
That's funny. Extra 600 credits though is just one person, like a panopticon, just to stand there and yell.
Like an assault rifle pointed at Crick.
God, this guy's
on. You get an android that just like pretends to be watching and is just like offline all day. You just put it up in the corner.
Crick just flipped the switch off.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. All right, let's do Testu.
Oh yeah, you sure?
Are you sure you don't want to wait till the
Yeah.
end? Because he's kind of out of the sesh after this.
Well, let's
That's
just,
definitely possible.
Let Dr. Len, you want to talk for just like a little bit longer? So I'll stop by the office. No, okay.
I'm making drugs.
Oh yeah, no, I don't want to be there.
I'm making
Making drugs. I like it.
Zeha just turns on her heel and walks back the other way. Never mind.
You get one whiff of it, and then
Crick,
you're
we
just
have
like,
to cook.
He's your
I can't
Jesse.
find what I'm looking for anymore. It feels bad.
Were you playing like voices earlier, like a second ago?
I heard a
Oh,
voice.
yeah.
What is that?
I'm trying. I give up. Oh,
Aw.
I found it. Let's go.
Last minute save.
All right. Do me a favor, Tetsu. Actually, I'm going to pull you on this map so everyone can comment on it while I'm trying to find the correct music.
Oh, it's so terrible.
I don't
It hasn't
see
loaded
it.
yet, but
Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful.
Oh,
Here, let
easy, easy. We got this.
Hold on.
We got this.
Oh no.
I don't see a problem. 1, 2, 3.
Are those actual turret pictures?
Hey,
or
you
are
added
they-
an extra
Is that
turret.
a-
I'm pretty sure
is
you
that a
said
tank?
5.
Did I?
5 that you saw.
Yeah, that you saw.
know,
No, this is
well,
they're not actually
That's about right.
turrets. They're just a bunch of little middle fingers.
Dr. Duro looks really goofy.
Oh, can you make him big? Can you make him big?
hey.
Look, this isn't Dr. Duro, but this is an old man token from Starfinder. So get off me.
He doesn't look
Oh,
terrible
yeah.
for what.
That looks like a magus. That looks like a Zlanti magus.
I was about to say, I'm
He
pretty
just
sure
needs a brain
I'm
jar.
pretty sure it's like a wizard or something, honestly.
Oh god, so now we have to listen to this alarm go off.
Yeah.
The alarms, it's got a couple of seconds before it goes off, you know? I have just
No, it sounds like it's going off
started to
right
pull
now.
back for the punch.
Tetsu. It's like
No,
right.
Yeah.
I don't. They went preemptively, you know? They jumped
I'm
the
pretty
gun.
sure you just punched the guard. I'm pretty sure.
No. I rolled initiative.
Uh-huh.
So that, or I went to roll initiative
Uh-huh.
so that I could punch the guard. I
Uh-huh.
haven't done it yet.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true.
Yeah,
So
I
roll
have
initiative.
not actively. All right. Well, okay. Are you sure? I can't use my token. I have to
Then-
drag it on myself.
Yeah, drag your own token out.
Yeah, do better.
He did it. Oh, let me.
I was trying to set you up for success. Get out of here.
Because I'm not at 13. Wait, I had time in that travel to fully heal, right? Get my max HP back.
Do you have any healing capabilities?
No. Well, I spent like 2 weeks.
I
in
understand
the
your
trench,
question.
Right.
Yeah. I think with 2 weeks you would have probably got there. Because I think it's like your
Yeah.
level times your con mod or something like that.
Well, plus
Even
I
if
had
it's
to.
your level, even if it's your level plus your con mod, I think it works.
Nat 20 initiative. All right, I could at least punch him maybe twice. Do I get a surprise round?
It's Mote Tipple.
Nat freaking 20. Yeah, I see this little moat guy on the map. It's weird that he's running the prison turrets, but
I don't see Mote on here.
oh,
It's down at the bottom.
must have been my imagination. Definitely not moat.
Must have been.
Don't worry
Must
about
have been. Absolutely wasn't there. There's no video
Don't betray
evidence
me, Mo.
whatsoever.
it. None.
Don't you dare betray me.
But still, come on. We got the Nat 20 initiative is underappreciated, if you ask me. Nat fucking 20.
I think it's
pretty-
helpful.
I'm glad
very
that
helpful.
you rolled a nat 20.
No, I know.
Because
Yeah, I get
it's
it.
well, like, why now?
I know. I was thinking, that'd be great for my first attack to
Yeah.
be like a nat
Too bad.
20.
Too bad you wasted
Yeah.
it.
But
And actually, Keone definitely messaged me and said he accidentally gave you that extra chicky nugget, and he meant to give it to me. So you don't actually have that.
yeah, I have it. I
Okay.
ate it and I told them so. So it's
All right.
it's in my bloodstream, ready to be used.
Stop stalling, Tetsu. What do you do?
So
Should I take my hat off?
do I get a surprise round?
No, it has.
I mean, technically you're in a surprise round right now if you
Okay.
act, because you just called to roll initiative. I honored that as a GM, but like
Yeah.
you could just walk past this dude and walk out of the space station if you want.
Sure.
I have the alarms aren't blaring yet. They're there because it's
No, I
very
know.
hard for me to put music on there, and I figure you're
I'm-
gonna punch
because he's
somebody.
GMing and
I'm
DJing
with
at the
you.
same time. Respect it, okay?
Why are you yelling? All right. So Tetsu is going to enact violence, but
I figured.
so what I want to do is
Took my alarm.
I intend to punch him and then Gade. I don't know if do I have like a full act round, like move and action and all that stuff.
That's a good question. I don't think there's surprise rounds in Starfinder, to be honest.
No, there are. There's a whole feat for being ambushed.
Let's look
I
up
should
the
pull
rules
up
real quick.
Nethys.
Oh, nice.
Surprise. When a combat starts, if a character is not aware of her opponent, she is surprised. The GM determines whether each character is aware, blah, blah, blah.
Can I just?
Surprise combatants. During combat, combatants who are surprised at the start of the battle have the flat-footed condition. So they
Okay,
will
right
act
on.
this round. Basically, there's no surprise round. They are surprised. They're flat-footed, which means they can't take reactions.
And their AC is reduced.
Their AC is reduced. This person probably has a gun out, but like no melee or anything. So that's your call. But you won't get a full round and then get the act again like it's D&D 5e or something.
That'd have been nice. That'd have been real helpful. All right. Testu is going to then use this moment. I'm going to expend my 1 entropy point that I start battle with immediately as my move action and punch this guy full in the face.
Okay.
As he's like brushing past me, I'm just casually walking past, and then he gets clocked in the side of the head by like a disintegrating punch.
Does he?
Not bad. Not bad. Yes, I think so. It's been a while since I played Testu. 21 to hit.
Which one?
EAC? Yeah, EAC.
Okay, that's it.
Fucking
Nice.
better be. I'm dead.
Oh, that's a big man.
Yeah, that would have
this
been
makes
real
sense.
bad. All right, 2d6, 11. Okay.
Okay.
Plus a d4 to 13 plus 10. 23 points of damage that I'm going to half and half acid and bludgeoning as like parts of the side of his head like just disintegrate from the punch. But I'm going to do that to like drive him into the wall and pin him there for a moment and just say, I really would like to get out of this without killing. And kind of like giving him the look of cooperate or this continues.
Disintegrates half of your face. I really don't want to hurt you right now.
I didn't say hurt. I said kill. I was very clear with the words.
You watch his eyes kind of like pinned up against the wall. He's like starting to reach down for his gun, stops for a second. You watch his eyes flit over to both of the turrets. And you see one of them beginning to turn to you.
Perfect. Excited.
But right now he like being pinned to the wall. I mean, he's not like actively drawing his weapon or anything.
Then my turn.
Yeah, I mean you can move and stuff if you would like, but
Yeah.
I'm also gonna let Dr. Duro act on your turn.
Okay. Tetsu's arm kind of starts flickering and then glows as a shield pops up, and he's going to like grab onto the scruff of this guy's like shirt and say, Dr. Duro, grab his gun. We are leaving, please.
Okay. Yeah, you watch Dr. Duro come up here, attempt to grab the gun, and the trooper resists.
Can I punch him?
I think you've done your turn.
Rude.
Yeah, the trooper successfully resists. So it does not give his gun to Dr. Duro.
Try asking nicely.
I did.
You see one of the turrets, this one appear to the north, turning towards you.
All right. Tetsu is going to kind of use... He's going to shift so that he's got a shield in front of him, and this guy, like he's got him in his arm, body blocking the turret to Dr. Duro, and is like attempting to walk like... If you put the guy on the right side, basically he's trying to walk like down the hallway with him and this guy blocking the way for Dr. Duro to follow, as he's just intending to force march this guy out, and says to him, and he's going to just say to the guard, drop your gun and you are going to let us out and I will let you go.
He very slowly just like nods to you, and his eyes keep flitting to the turret. He does not drop his gun.
Okay. Then, yeah.
Yep. It's his turn. For flavor's sake, I let you move him as a body shield for now, even though he's not grappled. I'm also going to say, I know there's no surprise rounds, but I'm also going to say, like, with the fact that he has a gun out, he's not going to attempt to draw a melee weapon being surrounded like this and being held as a shield, that he is just going to skip his turn.
Okay.
When we get back to the top of the initiative order, the turret fires at you.
Super. I needed the recharge anyway.
Does a 31 hit?
Yeah.
Dead. You dead.
Those turrets are pretty good.
Glad this isn't 2E.
Well, at least you've only got like 4 more to go through.
Kind of sad it's not 2E.
Yeah.
Hey now,
You take.
you're gonna say a stupid number.
I rolled really
1.
bad. I was like
I-
trying to compute in my brain how a turret could only do that amount of damage. You take
3.
11 fire damage.
Ooh.
Okay. Easy.
Actually, that's
Easy,
not
not
that
bad.
bad.
Yeah.
No. It's fine. That's an entropic point for me.
Wait, so is this shooting like lasers at him, or
Yeah, it's shooting lasers currently.
the
He
laser
wants the
finally hit
turret.
him?
You watch the turret behind you begin to turn your way, but it does not fire. Your turn.
And you said I'm walking this guy. Like. Okay. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
move up. I'm gonna move up him and just kind of walking down the way.
I didn't say.
And as I'm doing this, I release. I'm gonna release a smoke grenade onto the ground,
Okay.
and
Are these
I'm gonna
these
like
smoke
kind of
grenades from
toss in front of me.
that dude?
No, these are the ones I bought prior.
Okay.
How big's the radius? I guess it doesn't matter because it's a freaking hallway, but
Yeah, I'll double check, but basically I'm tossing it a little ahead, so I'm like on the back edge.
for sure.
And I have a feat from my last level up, seems we didn't talk about Tetsu's level up, where he is blind sense now. So smoke is my favorite terrain.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's
You're only
cool.
just now getting blind sense.
Get out of here.
We can't all be jellyfish.
Gosh, Siphozoans.
Nor would we want to be.
What's the radius, Tetsu?
Oh, sorry, I got distracted by idiots.
Stop stalling your death.
20 foot.
Only 20 foot.
20
Wow.
foot radius?
Well, it says smoke cloud 1 minute 20 foot. I copy and pasted. So
20.
maybe it's
I'm gonna call that
might be a 20 foot
diameter.
Barso's
Yeah.
pointing and laughing at you, Carrick. How does this make you feel?
usually enraged. All right.
You said you threw it a little in front of you.
Yeah, I want to be on like the back end of the bubble.
Like that.
Yeah. I want to be in it. Yeah.
Like
there
that.
you go. Yeah, perfect.
Okay. Smoke begins to fill the hallway as Tetsu throws a little grenade on the ground and moves up. And is that the end of your turn?
Yes, sir.
All
'Cause
right.
Move action. Yeah.
Yep. You hear an electronic door open from behind you. Not this one because this one was already left open.
Like further.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But that's all you hear there. It's this trooper that you currently have with you. I'm still going to say he's not trying to do anything currently because of the situation that you have him in. However, the turret does. This turret turns at towards down the hall,
Mhm.
and the turret from behind you fires.
Okay. At me?
That's a good question because Dr. Duro's behind you. Let's roll a 1d2 real quick. 1, Tetsu. 2, Dr. Duro. 1, Tetsu.
I was gonna say you should flip
Okay.
our physical waffle D2s that we make.
I should
Now I have a concealment from the smoke, which
Okay.
you always pass, but
That's true. What is that? As a 1d20?
1d20. I gotta look. Yeah, I gotta double check what it does.
Oh my gosh.
No, your shit.
Listen. Listen.
What is it?
I
Sounds like a
didn't know it
20%
was even-
mischance.
Yeah, probably. Do that.
I'm gonna look it
Looking
up
it up.
because I don't want to kill you from a fake
Ah.
Grenade.
concealment. Concealment is 20%. All right, so if I roll higher than a 4,
Super.
7,
Always. Without
always. I mean, 20% is pretty low. Does a 22 hit you?
Yes.
All right.
Even with my shield.
Ouch.
You take 18 points of fire damage.
Easy, easy. No problem.
All right, all right. It is now your turn again.
All right. As I'm like kind of frog marching him down, taking this damage without incident, no problem. Testu is going to say over his earpiece that he had with Tibble, like to his comm unit basically, and he's just going to say to Tibble and say, Tibble, I need you to start doing things to help me get out of here. The security is going to be shutting down everything soon. As I continue walking this guy like through the cloud and basically down this way and just continuing down the hall, trying to get us steadily out of here.
You hear back in your comm unit from Tibble. Yep, figured. Heard a shot. Guys coming your way. I'm trying. I'm also heading to the door.
Yes, and lock the ones behind me.
If I can.
He doesn't know what Tibble can do.
Tibble doesn't know what Tibble
teleport
can
us
do
out.
with basically a Nintendo Switch currently.
Yeah, yes, the MacGyver.
Just
Just
a
like,
very advanced Nintendo Switch. Okay.
Tetsu thinks he's Mote. Cute.
Listen, it would be very helpful if you were remote right now.
All right, this trooper continues to not do anything currently. Make me a perception check.
All right. I'm not bad at those. That's not a good roll, though, so 15.
All right, you see this turret in front of you. Begin turning your way.
Great, great. Love it.
I'm gonna give you total concealment because of the smoke, like all the way. Basically, the smoke's fully covering you. It's not like you're on the edge of the smoke or anything. And this thing has to fire through a full smoke grenade to find you. I am still gonna roll 1, 2.
Okay.
That's not how you do it.
Well, that was almost it.
Oh, easy.
As that happens, Dr. Duro is suddenly behind a shield that throws out in front of him to give him +2 to AC.
Okay. I beat the concealment with a 15.
That
ooh.
increases his AC from 10 to 12.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's other benefits to this. Okay.
Same roll as your first one, so a 31. It's gonna
Okay.
hit Dr. Duro.
It also partially hits me as I shift to take some of that damage, and I take half.
Okay. I roll pretty poorly again. You take 6 damage, as Dr. Duro takes 6 damage. Dr. Duro is looking not great.
Just activate your nanites, Dr. Duro.
Come on, Dr. Duro!
You know what?
Use your entropy points.
The best outcome of this, though, is that in the end, Tetsu doesn't die, just killed his dad.
Just gets Dr. Duro killed.
There is a slightly better version of how this ends.
No, there isn't.
Alright, I'm gonna take a sip of my whiskey here for when I kill Tetsu. Tetsu, your turn.
I'm basically out, guys. We're fine.
You're almost out of there.
Yep, out of that one hallway. Tetsu is going to continue move 10, 20, 30, and is dropping another smoke grenade again ahead of him.
Just wasting smoke grenades left and right.
Yeah, just ahead, same kind of right in front, so I'm half in it right now. So I'm down to 1 smoke grenade left. But as he's doing that, he is just going to ask. No, he's going to leave that alone for now and just kind of wait to see what Tibble can do, if anything.
All right. We're going to go through, let's call it 2 more rounds here.
I'll for sure survive. For sure.
For sure, for sure. This one turret that is now fully enveloped in smoke fires towards you.
Great.
Towards Dr. Duro.
Okay, again, another bodyguard block. And does he get like a bonus because I'm using this other guy as a shield too?
Yeah, he's had a lot
Like
of
on
the
this
bonus.
front
He just
side?
doesn't have a
Okay.
super high AC.
Just check.
Yeah, he's got like a +6 bonus currently, but you know,
Just an old man.
he's just an old man that doesn't know how to even like correctly position his entire body behind people.
Listen, he was gonna die in here anyway. All right.
Whatever you have to tell yourself, Tetsu.
Quick
Karen.
question from one of my players. So if any of the fans are wondering it too, the turret is inexplicably not shooting at the guards, as if they have something that keeps the turret from shooting them.
Fair.
I bet it's the gun.
It's probably an
Definitely
implant.
the gun.
Yeah, they probably have an implant in their skin or
All right,
something.
I beat total concealment again.
I should remove it. Of course you did.
Take off this
How?
skin.
How have you never failed to not beat concealment?
He's done it once.
I think the better question
Does a nat
is
20 hit?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it hits Dr. Duro.
I mean, I think it would hit Tetsu too. All right.
Take
You want to pull
half
me a
the
crit
damage.
card, sir?
Oh really?
Oh, no!
Like that wasn't a joke. That was like a real.
Of course it wasn't a joke, but
No,
no.
Yeah, it's a real nat 20. I'll screenshot it for you if you want to.
No, that's
No,
fine.
I believe it.
Good news
right
is
here.
you aren't going to have to protect Duro anymore.
No, but I'm gonna have to blow up the whole prison now. I'm just rage. Monk
Feels
Butu's
bad.
back.
Welcome back, Monk Butu.
Tell me, what kind of attack is this?
Energy. Fire.
Can I take the crit effect? No, shit. The ability says, fuck. I just take half the damage.
Give me that like extreme. Give me that extreme being fire.
Please don't.
Extreme
She looked one
bludgeoning. So no.
Thank God.
The turret drops off the ceiling and falls on you.
It starts chasing you
So
down.
energy or kinetic? Sorry.
Energy.
Inspiring shot.
That doesn't sound good for a turret.
Bonus effect, so it's double damage like usual. One ally within 30 feet ends a condition it is suffering from. Yeah, that's not very
Yeah,
helpful.
that's yep.
Grappled condition.
Listen, I need all the breaks I can get.
I could just pull a different one. You want me to pull a different one?
Wait.
This one doesn't apply.
No,
Waffles,
no.
waffles,
Let's pull another
waffles.
one.
It doesn't say like can choose to end a condition on it, so it loses the grappled condition and slips out of his grasp. No questions.
I mean, it is an inspiring shot. Like, it gets, you, like, maybe, like, Tetsu gets so damaged that the guard's like, aha, now is my time.
Aha, I'm out.
Just to finish it all by killing this old man.
Is it grapple a condition? I think it's a condition.
It is a condition. All right, this is what happens because I just rolled the damage. You said you took half of it.
Yes.
All right. Not that you can see this turret because it's in smoke. You watch it lining up a shot though, and you see this blue pulse instead of this red laser come out of it. And both you and Dr. Duro take 15 non-lethal electricity damage.
Oh.
Oh, electricity, you bastard.
Oh no. His weakness.
Oh no. Wait. It was, okay, never mind.
Is that the lasers to stun?
Yeah. It's a like 22 fortitude save.
Yeah, it's plenty. I'm pretty sure.
And is it magical or non-magical?
Magical.
Magical. Okay. So 17 points of damage to me. Is Dr. Duro still up?
No, Dr. Duro falls unconscious. You can tell that this was a non-lethal shot. This was like a stun pulse, basically.
Gotcha. All right. Great. Love it.
Reason number 321 that we did not give Testu the ship.
Tetsu didn't ask for the ship.
I'm kidding.
You hear over your comm units. I got the lasers to the next room. There's someone waiting on you on the other side of the door.
Boss chamber, boss chamber, boss chamber.
Feeling Dr. Duro fall a bit and start slumping against the corridor, he's going to go, "Can you use the lasers to help me? Clear the way."
Yeah.
All right. And he's going to he's just going to sock this dude in the head
Okay.
to knock him out.
All
Because
right.
I can't keep dragging him.
I agree.
And Smoke's gonna maybe conceal me once. That is Chicky Nuggy, because I'm not rolling a nat 1.
Oh, I would love it now. That one.
No. Pretty good.
I'd love for you to just
20?
like kick Dr. Duro Wise down.
21 against this dude.
Does hit.
11 points of damage.
All right. He is starting to look hurt.
Starting to look hurt?
We'll call him bloody.
Rude. Okay.
Bloody what?
Then with my move action, I'm going to use my shield to align towards the turrets.
What did I used to say? He's half bloody or whatever. Like the positive version of bloody. I remember I used to have a word for it.
He's half hurt.
Yeah, there
He's
you
half
go.
bloody.
He's half good or something. He's like half not bloody.
There
There you go.
He's like half rough. I don't know.
He's half bad.
He's half bad. He's half rough. All right. Okay, you got a shield out. We got one more round to get through. You hear lasers going off in the other room. You hear this laser also positioning to, like repositioning, to shoot you, but does not fire. Last round for Tetsu until he dies.
Okay, love it. Then Tetsu is going to finish off this one guy in front of him. And this time I'm going to spend a move action to... Stop it. I'm going to use a move action to spend one of my entropy points of the 2 I have.
All right.
20 to hit.
That does hit.
I thought for a split second, like the intonation, I was like, that doesn't hit. I was like, oh, what?
That does not hit.
That would have been real not cool. 20 points of damage.
He is on his last legs,
God damn.
but he is still up.
All right. Then that is all I got.
Oh, okay. You have Dr. Duro
yeah.
like in your hands, or you leaving him on the ground? What?
He's sitting right next to me. I'm gonna drag him once I finish beating this guy to pulp.
All right. You watch this dude pull
Have a
out
shit.
a nightstick and swing at you.
Okay.
Does something like that incur attacks of opportunity?
No.
No.
If he fired his rifle, it would. But
I was trying like pulling out a weapon.
does a 29 hit you?
What are these guys?
I haven't
they're
rolled
trained
under a
guard.
50. I haven't rolled under a 15.
Could you? Yeah, it hits. Of course it does.
You take 11 bludgeoning damage.
All right. I needed that entropy point back anyway. I'm still in my stamina. No problem.
There you go.
OP.
All right, that was the end of Tetsu's current round, where we have to, unfortunately, leave him here.
Oh.
Feels bad, Tetsu. What we will
Halfway
do
through.
Get wrecked.
is
Ooh, good timing on the music.
Zoom in to Aizen and Mote. What are y'all doing? We're gonna say that y'all are outside enough of Shimmer this very dark, almost voided out planet from far away, except literally every other second you see a bright pulse of red or a bright pulse of blue, showing the different storms in the different areas. What's the plan?
And so you're just going to walk through that, no problem, right? And fall through it first and foremost.
And avoid all the air elementals that are flying around that could possibly try to eat me in the process. Yep.
Oh, yeah, just more stuff to go perfectly correctly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just hope this drop pod works well, but
I think so.
is there, like, are they watching the space, near space around the planet? Like, do we have a spot where we might be able to drop you off without them noticing? Are they gonna see you? Us, the ship?
I doubt that they'll see if one person drops. Like if we were to drop a whole bunch of equipment, they'd probably notice. But one person going while everything else is going on, I doubt that they'll notice. Especially if I hit the atmosphere fast enough, it shouldn't be a problem.
Okay. All right. Well,
Did you get the Roker weather report?
yeah. Wasn't exactly sure how to interpret it. So if you want to break a little bit of the other stuff down to me, that'd be great.
Yeah. So I would have, especially once we got there, gotten the local. Like there are two major channels on Shimrinsara television. It's the weather and it's the battle TV. Those are like the two.
For sure.
And so, without question, as soon as we got there, I would have checked what the weather was to see what storm was near the city that we need to be in, and B, whether there's any sort of event that would make it easier for Mote to get in. Like if there's a battle parade this week, that'd be ideal.
Mhm.
Sure. There, oddly enough, there are next to zero events, which like there's almost always an event on Shimrinsara, so that strikes you a little as odd. Just like looking at the channels, it seems like there's nothing covered really, except for it looks like like some military drills are going on, which you know from your time in the military is 50-50 a cover for something else or actually military drills, but they usually don't like show those on TV. Two, the weather seems to be inexplicably bad. There are kind of storms just literally everywhere, usually more so than usual.
Good. Instability.
And it seems most of them are either lightning or firestorms.
Of course, no ice storms. Okay. In that case, we'd have to aim for one of the lightning storms. And
Yeah.
I imagine we've printed out like a topographical map or what we can find of a topographical map of the planet.
Yeah.
So that I can like show him different spots where we can go.
For sure.
I think
I mean the best spot looking to aim that you're not like dropping directly on top of the city is probably about a mile out into like this little valley to like double mountain coverage on each side. But it is like almost directly in the middle of a lightning storm. And directly in the middle, I don't mean like there's an eye to the storm or anything. Like yeah, like that's not how these storms work. It is just electricity in the air bolting everywhere.
Yep. Okay. In that case, that makes the most sense. I will have pointed out that valley that's the best drop point. If that's like the closest. Before I drop, I'm going to take the diagnostic lozenge so that he can leave the city theoretically and find me, or I can get close to the edge and he should be able to sync up with me that way.
Okay. Is there a range on it?
Synchronize, it's 1 mile, and we're going to sync the signal up so that Wasp has basically is the beacon for connecting with it. So basically I can be like 1.5 miles away from him if I need to be.
Sure.
Obviously I don't want Wasp super in the storm, but
Yeah.
Wasp will be basically spending full time just scanning for that.
Yeah.
Off the top of anyone's head in this call, how wide is like New York City?
Very
Is it
very
like 5
wide.
miles? Like 10 miles?
It depends where, but yeah, it's like
Like downtown.
at least 5. Like 2.
Yeah, if downtown, it's
Yeah,
probably
about
two.
2.3 miles wide, if I had to hazard a
Get out
guess.
of here.
Okay. We'll say that the current
3.14.
the current city you're going to is 2.5 miles away.
Mhm.
As a
It's-
heads up. So you probably can't be, you could be directly in the center and if he's on the edge, but if you're on the other side and trying to contact him from the other edge, it wouldn't work kind of thing.
Right.
Okay.
Ah.
So we get the Aztec suit fitted for Aizen. I will be installing the drop pod into 2 of the slots, and then I think it might be beneficial for you to have the camouflage, since you're going to be, getting out there, and it would help you not be seen by any potential roaming people who might see some random dude out in the middle of the storm. So if you want to, I can install that as another armor upgrade, and then we can, I don't know, smuggle you in easier. I don't really need it if I'm just going to be officially going into the city and then just renting a vehicle.
Yeah, it should be fine. I will have pointed out that it is seemingly strange, both the weather and the military drills. So, like, be prepared for people to be slightly on edge.
Okay.
Um,
With that, I think we have just about everything ready to go. Mote is going to be just getting in some, uh, basically some civvies with the industrial coveralls underneath, and Mote is going to take a little bit of time. Would have taken a little time while they were in the drift to kind of add just superficial things to their mask to make sure that it looks a bit different from normal. Like maybe covers more of the face and all the way around the back of the head and feels more like a helmet as opposed to just a face mask.
Glued
So
some
that-
rocks to it.
Something like that.
Just
Stole a
takes
few out of
random
Aizen's.
pebbles and like sticks them on.
You have rock eyes, so it's like Pet Rock's eyes. Yeah, it's
I'm
like
a
Google eyes.
shiny now.
Yeah.
I would also have just run him through the basics of like popular stuff in Shimonsara, so that he can like speak about the battle parades or anything like that of like pretending to be a tourist.
For sure. I'll say that'll give him about like a +2 on diplomacy checks or deception checks.
Mhm. And during that time, I would have also designated him as my ward, so that during this entire process, I can freely help him once we meet up again.
Okay.
And with that, we
Sounds good to
will
me.
move closer to planet and find a suitable spot. And I'm just gonna shoot a rock out of the airlock.
All right. You guys move up. What's up, Ivan?
Oh, I was just going to say, I've made slight modifications to the drop pod in that it has like a snowboard attachment, so that I can like weave in the air as like if something were like a giant ice or like lightning thing, I can weave a little bit more easily.
Wow.
Did you
Ride the
write a
lightning,
will?
baby.
Silver Surfer style.
Yeah, it's got to be 90s. This is the most
Yeah.
90s scene we've ever done, and
Yeah.
I got to go all the way.
All right. You move up, getting ready to drop Aizen out. You see Mote's finger like slowly inch towards the button, and that's where we'll take a break.
I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, I did.
Gotta.
I want you all to know.
Boo, waffles.
Oh, sorry. That break screen today is Testu to honor potentially the last time we have a Testu break screen.
Waffles got mad at me that he couldn't kill me, so he's going for Dr. Duro. This feels just rude.
Yeah, I rolled every single die in front of you. Honestly,
I didn't see
the
those.
turrets would be shooting you if there weren't smoke grenades out there.
I didn't actually see any rolls.
Really? I rolled like almost everything out in front
Yeah,
of
I
you.
also
he
could have
saw.
just not been looking, so do not take that as fact. All right.
I rolled every one. I
didn't
should
see
say
it.
I
It
rolled
didn't
every 1d2 and every concealment out. in
Yeah.
front of you.
Oh,
Not-
that
not
yeah,
the
that I
heads
saw.
up.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll head to break. As a reminder to anybody that's catching us now, Outcast and Outclassed is going to be this Thursday, and then we're gonna have a special unboxing stream for the Beetle and Grimm's Character Chronicles next Tuesday instead of Journeys Adrift, and then we're gonna be gone for a little bit as I visit family in Israel and I pull waffles along with me to meet my family.
I get to go eat fruit.
Yes, lots of good.
That's all
food.
there's going to be there
Nope,
to do.
yep, nothing else.
Honestly.
All right, guys. We will be right back.
BRB.
And that's why. I won't-
Woo! And that's how they all died.
And that's how the cookie crumbles.
That's just how they all died. It feels bad. Bump. All right. We got Aizen falling out of a spaceship through a storm.
Through space, through the atmosphere, through a storm.
Yeah, through space, through the atmosphere, as drop pods allow you to do within the rules of the game. I'm pretty sure.
hmm
So you're not gonna splat, much like many people would if they were skydiving through space, and actually they would just die in space, you know. So.
I'm a golden god.
All right. That said, Mote presses the button. Drop pod
Drop pod
plummets.
plops.
Plod.
Plops.
Drop plod pops.
Even better.
And you begin falling, Aizen. Talk to me. You're falling. We'll say you at least entered the beginning of atmosphere and like the storms and everything.
So he knows a couple things that he has to do. Oh, this is fun. He knows that there's several things he has to do to try to land safely. A, not get killed by energy. B, not killed by any elemental monsters. And C, desperately try not to lose grip on whatever control he has on his own internal structure to not absorb too much energy and die. So with those three things in hand, he like does a half smile to Mote and plummets back and is now like just past that like cherry red point of entering the atmosphere as he like readies to go to like that place of strength he has inside of him, the like memories of his training and things like that, to try to keep an iron sharp edge as he enters the storms ahead, probably doing some sort of sick 360 flip on the way, because you got to be the most minded about this possible.
Yeah, perfectly.
We have plenty of time.
Yeah.
And
What's
at
a
any
sick
point
three-
during
Oh, sorry.
at any point during his flip, he may just see the ship picking up a little pace, heading towards towards the planet, but off in a slightly different direction, as he hears in his comm unit one final time before they're too far away. Yeah, don't splat. Sick flip, by the way.
Welcome to my hometown. Try not to have too much fun.
All right. As Mote is making their way to the city proper. What's up, Aizen? You're falling through. You are this drop pod. Not that you can like see out of it, but you can definitely feel it and stuff. But this drop pod, once it enters the atmosphere, is just surrounded by thick black clouds and enough energy to make you feel like, though you're falling, it's enough energy to make you feel like you're floating, Like you feel like so electrostatically charged that you are almost just suspended in midair.
Yeah, I think he's like reveling in that like zero gravity / like sensory deprivation chamber feeling, and he's just desperately trying to like find something inside of himself, like I said, to ground himself, so that he can try to maintain his own angle to land properly without dying in the process of whatever might come his way. He's just like hyper vigilant and trying to like go into that Zen state of being one with the storm and his surroundings.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, every once in a while you feel this storm, just like much like any kind of metal in the air, the storm does strike the drop pod, and you'll feel like an electric pulse in the air. It's not damaging you, like it's not striking you, but it is definitely just like arc hits the drop pod, another arc hits the drop pod as you're falling down the sky.
It's like a giant one of those Tesla balls. Where,
I was
like,
just gonna say that.
Yeah. You're like the center of a Tesla ball, basically. Like
Charges
That's
just keep
so
arcing like
cool.
off of it.
Mm-hmm. That's so cool. I think like because he knows that like trying to fight those blasts would be a death sentence, that he tries to like go with the flow of the wind and the lightning to try to maintain a bit of control, because he knows that trying to go against when something hits you like a fucking shell, it's not gonna work.
Yep. All right. You just kind of ride out the storm and let yourself fall.
Mm-hmm. I think especially once he hits whatever the center of the storm is, that like is the most energy, he definitely starts to struggle, like because he knows that the energy is also like leaching into the space around him. He's going to try to keep his walls up, but it's going to be a bit of a struggle to not like let all of that cosmic energy seep in even a little bit. But he's going to desperately try to not let that happen.
For sure. Okay. Give me a will save.
Sorry, my sheet is being weird.
It's all good.
Dun,
You're about to die. It's fine.
Yeah, it's not like this roll could just, change everything or what have you. Alright.
Nah.
Oh, you said will save. I'm sorry, I clicked reflex. Did I click it?
Oh.
I don't think I
You
did.
click the reflex. We're gonna keep that natural roll. So natural 4.
Then I'm going to re-roll it because I have a hero point from last week, and I will
All
pick
right.
the actual correct one this time.
Nice.
Much better.
Much better. Much better.
A 22. All right. You feel like some of the electricity like pulsing in, some of the energy of the storm. Like, to be fair, I'm probably downplaying it a little. It's not like you feel electricity. It's not like, oh, I have a static charge in my hair from a balloon, or like I'm want to touch you and shock you. This is like pure energy. It's probably something that none of us as humans have ever felt, because we would just die. Like, I've worked around nuclear reactors. I've never felt like pure energy kind of thing. Like, but you're falling, you keep feeling it strike the walls. It's tough. Even with this 22 will save, you're close, and it is tough to keep it out. But as of now, you're able to remain the rock that you are and not let anything in.
I think after that first will save, he would let out a small prayer to Lamatier. He spent some time in the Starlight Cathedral, and he like that place in all of Absalom was similar in calm to the places he's trained, and so if any god would look out for him in this moment, he's like praying to any god who will listen, but he specifically like lets out a prayer to Phrasma, because their forge is here, and Lamatier,
Okay.
who's the god of warriors, because
Iomade.
Iomade, thank you.
Yeah.
I will always get
Okay.
that name wrong forever, but
For sure. Give me a religion check. That's not something. Give me a mysticism check. Psych.
with my minus
Close.
1 mysticism, it's gonna go well.
It'll go great.
2,
Do you want some
yeah.
help with that?
2.
Yeah, that's all right.
Perfect 2. Yeah, you're like offering up prayers, but like they're not prayers. It's
No.
like, it's like when someone's like, God, please help me win the lottery.
It's please don't
I'll appreciate you so much.
I'll
Okay,
tell you what
thanks.
it is. It's please don't let me die, right? Like
Yeah.
it's like
Please- Please don't let me die falling in this metal tube that I got in on my own. Thanks. I appreciate you. Peace.
basically, yeah, that's it.
Okay. With that mysticism check, give me one last will save as you're kind of falling through like the bottom half of the storm now. This one's going to be at a -2 because of the mysticism check.
Ooh.
You're like your mind is there, and if it was a high mysticism check, you'd have had a bonus, but it's a 2. So
Oh, that's still not bad. 15 total.
yeah,
Could be
not
worse.
not bad. You've rolled well. Yeah, this one you feel some of the energy kind of pulse and strike at the drop pod, and it feels different than the last one. It feels targeted. And then you feel another one, and then another one, and it's throwing you like off kilter because they keep striking the same point like in your rotation, and it's not like it's striking you so hard that you can't like counteract the rotation.
Mm-hmm.
And then you feel something like you feel a large shake, and you know that something is grabbed on to the drop pod.
And I can't see outside of the pod.
No, I can't imagine that anybody would put like a window in a drop pod. I feel like it's a metal box.
Maybe like computer scanners, but that's probably all shit right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there was computers in here, the second he entered the storm, they're gone.
I also just imagined, by the way, like you said, it kept targeting the same spot as like the pod fell. Like if this is the pod falling and it keeps striking it until it starts like spinning, like it keeps
basically
it down and
yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like why? Like after that first one, it started spinning, and then in the spin, it hits the same spot again, and it's just like it's throwing it off kilter and
it's just
ridiculous spinning.
God playing with the hamster wheel.
It's just God playing with a slinky
Yeah.
and just being like, oof.
So basically, drop pods are cocoons that go around your armor. So it's just massive material around you. So yeah, there's no playing around
That
with
makes sense.
what you got going on.
For sure.
Right.
I'm down to play it up at least this one, like falling through a storm. I'm down to play it up as like a metal box. But yeah, like in the rules of the game, what Carrick says makes perfect sense to me. Like you just have metal around you, and that's about it.
Okay. Is there any way that, like, I feel something latch on, right? Am I still falling down, or has my momentum completely shifted at this point?
You're falling down, but you're also falling kind of sideways now.
I'd like to try to, like, withdraw and course correct if I can.
Okay. I don't think you have any control over the drop pod itself, so I'm gonna say give me one. Go ahead.
The drop pod specifically does say it allows for maneuvering around certain obstacles.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Give me a will save first. This is gonna be DC 15, no minus.
Okay. 13, just under.
Okay. Give me a piloting check with a -4, because you were starting to like the storm around you and everything. You're starting to slightly succumb to it.
Could be better, could be worse. 17 minus 4 is 13 again.
Yeah, it was a natural 6.
Caliban.
Yeah. Yeah. You definitely feel something latch onto it. You imagine it's probably some sort of creature or something, and you know that you don't know which direction. You've kind of lost all sense of direction. You know you're being thrown decently far off course. For now, you're safe because you passed like the first will checks. You're not letting any of the energy like into you, but you are definitely being placed a decent amount off course from where you want to be.
Okay.
And with that, I'm gonna say like you come crashing down into what is the ground, and we're gonna go back to Absalom Station real quick.
Waffles, I've thought things over, and I will not be rolling you any checks. I'm just going to take the highest possible roll.
Okay, make an argument why.
Because
Well, I think my $5 with your name on it should do all the arguing I need to be doing.
$5?
Lol. Lol. I can't even
Here's
buy
10
any
to
coffee
negate.
nowadays. Yeah, send me a bottle of $100 whiskey and we'll talk.
Ooh.
Well, okay, Waffles, let's meet in the middle.
He can't.
$10.
He's not 21
$10.
yet.
I know. Meet in the middle, $10. All right. I hear you. I'll give you a plus 0.2 that rounds down to your roll.
Oh.
0.2 that rounds down. Better than nothing. I'll take it.
All right. I expect that $10 from my PayPal. Thank you.
Waffles maple syrup 19 at gmail.com.
Just put it straight to the Ko-fi.
Or
There you
straight
go.
to the Ko-fi.
Just-
There you go.
Just give him a -1 on everything until he pays up.
All right. What are you actually doing, Len? Non-doctor.
Honesty tax.
Oh, besides what we already decided on?
Yeah. You have any other plans? I mean, we can always like skip it over. I will make you roll. Period. I just want to know if you have
Yeah.
any other plans of like what's going down. Like, much like Zeha, you can't spend every single waking moment making drugs.
You say that.
I don't make drugs. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, like Zeha can't spend every waking moment at a school. My bad.
Making drugs. I mean,
Making drugs at the school. Maybe Zeha sells them to the Arcanumirium.
Oh.
I like it.
Len's
What's that
probably
show,
going to be
what's
putting
that show
like,
we watch? Good Girls? You're just the runner, right? You're the cleaner and the runner. There you go. Sorry.
You better be. Len's like honestly gonna be putting the majority of his time into the drug making, like, and letting the research kind of fall to the wayside for the moment,
God,
because
get a
this is the most pressing issue we have at hand, and
Okay.
this needs to be solved as quickly as possible.
Okay.
We is being used very strongly here. This is the most pressing
We as a
issue.
team require this.
Uh-huh.
You do anything with Sana? You just letting her be dumb?
Is she like trying to? Because she's like the runner, and she doesn't have to do anything until the first month passes. So is she like trying to be involved in this, or is she kind of steering clear?
She is offering to help at every single turn and point because she's the reason you're stuck right now.
Then Len's going to encourage her to just stay as far away from this as she can, except for having to run stuff, because he would rather her not get into more trouble again and is worried about her.
Okay.
Oh.
Fair enough. Yeah, with you. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. With you not, like, you're not delving into grace, you're not delving into the actual problem of the world, which is the adaptation serum.
Hey, drugs are an actual problem in this world.
Leaving
Yeah,
it
you're
all the
just
wayside.
increasing that. You're just putting all that
I
to the
thought this was
wayside.
helping. Oh, frick.
You think this is helping the adaptation serum?
Oh, no, I thought by, like,
The world's
making more
problems.
drugs, then, like, the drug problem would, like, boil over
Sort
and, like,
itself
kick
It
out.
wasn't a supply
Yeah.
problem. It wasn't a supply problem. Varsa.
That sounds
That's
like
where
global
you're
warming.
confused.
Why didn't someone
Amazing.
explain this?
But since,
No,
since you're ignoring all the real problems of the world and just making drugs, I am going to give you a +5 on this roll, basically.
Hey, okay.
So you're going to roll 1d100. I'm going to go ahead and say that based on drift travel and stuff, at least a month passes.
Okay.
So I'm going to need 2 rolls for Dr. Len. The first one is going to be a 10% chance. And since you're getting a +5, it's only going to be a 5% chance.
Getting
So you get to
caught.
pick. You get to pick the 5 of something happening.
Oh my god, this is the worst.
So you get to pick the 5% and roll for me. You're notoriously good at picking your roll. So
It'd be funny
I'm
if
a
Len's the one
genius.
who dies.
Okay, so this first one, can I take a -5 and make it the last 5 of the D100?
sure.
Or,
Yeah, that's basically what I said. Like instead of a 10%, it's going to be a 5%. So,
What?
so you want to
Okay,
be 90.
so-
You want to be 96 through 100.
yep.
Okay, you got to roll a
And
98.
can I chicken nugget this if it goes bad?
97, calling it right now.
Oh, 22.
Ah.
So close.
Okay. All right, you passed the first one.
Easy.
That was like in the middle while you're just making drugs. The second one is when you're actually starting to distribute them.
Okay.
At this point, it's going to be 20%, but you still have the -5 accounting for this one, so 15%.
Sorry, I'm just attempting to use my powers of foresight to see the number I'm going to roll.
Sure, your blind sense.
I have such
I'm
a
going
bad
to roll
feeling.
at 37, so I'm going to probably want to pick the last 15.
Okay. 86 to 100.
Ooh.
Oh, I was off a
61.
little bit, but 61.
A little bit.
All right.
A little bit.
Boo.
You
Roll for doing crimes.
you successfully complete like your first month. That's the main like making of the drugs. You have kind of Crick and everyone running it correctly at this point. Like running the making of the drugs. You've started supplying them to other people, and you have at least we're not gonna roleplay it out yet, so we'll say you have gotten contact for the first delivery back to Castroville.
Okay.
You haven't made the delivery, but you got into contact for it. You can go ahead and add what I say, 1,500, so 1,500 credits.
Okay.
Dang.
You do need another 400 on top, so take 400 back away for like leasing the place, kind of thing.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, and when does he roll for damaging people's lives by distributing drugs?
Oh, that's a secret roll.
He rolls for that every night he goes to sleep.
I'd like to roll a wisdom
somebody
saving
clip
throw.
that. It's amazing. All right. What a response.
Zeha, you have anything else you want to do? I know you were setting up meetings. If you're not ready, that's all good.
I will. So I'm gonna kind of do them one at a time. So like pending information that I get. So
For
the
sure.
first invitation is gonna be to Dermoff,
Okay.
and it's a very simple invitation of like very formal, like prospective Madaloon, Zeha Vumti of Clan Versus, like all like the whole title formally invites you to
8 bar in Absalom.
it will be like a whole like dinner show and meeting.
Sure.
Yeah. And I'll use the opportunity to honor a show with at the place with Poe.
Okay. You get back we'll say a day or two passes, like he doesn't respond immediately, but you get back like a very rash email of, we're both in the same business. You can skip everything if you need to talk, but I will accept.
That's what he thinks. Fools. Okay. And so I will use, like evenings or however to earn income, so to speak, with the shows.
For sure. Give me. You have performance as like a professional role?
Entertainer is my profession.
Entertainer, yeah. Give me an entertainer role.
That's an 18.
Give me a second to look up proper rules.
Yes.
You
dude.
could make more money if you sell drugs while doing the performance.
Yeah, just kind of like sprinkle them as I move.
No,
Or
it's
I'll
after
do
the
Salt
show
Bay.
when
No,
Yeah.
it's party favors as they leave, and then they come back looking for more.
There
Yeah.
you go. It's
they
actually
when they come behind stage to
business
like
plan.
meet and greet.
Yeah,
it's
I
like,
shake
hey, how you
hands
doing?
and it's
You
like,
want some meth?
and welcome, thank you.
You guys do
I
meth?
enjoyed the show. Here's some meth. Don't do
buy
drugs,
supply,
kids. If that
you buy
wasn't
it.
clear, don't do drugs.
Yeah, we do not support
I-
use of drugs.
Well, battle enhancing
yourself.
drugs we do. So
You said 18?
18, correct.
Okay. I always go a little higher, so you get 50 credits for a week.
Okay. So
And
Only
sorry, I'll go ahead and give me 3 more rolls real quick because we took care of a month for
sure.
Dr. Len. I want to go ahead. You're gonna probably be doing this every night because it's something Zeha enjoys to do. So
Yeah, so that's 20, another 18, and a 19. Wow.
goodness, all about the same. So what?
Jesus.
I gave you 50, so 200 total. So basically 50, 50, 50, 50 for each week.
It's remarkably consistent.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
And they're not great rolls either. Natural 8, natural 10, natural 8, natural 9. That's funny.
Does anything? Yeah, it's clearly like it's not like she's not. It's
She's not in it.
autopilot.
She's thinking about Dr. Glenn.
No.
I love that man.
Is
He really rings my bell.
Oh my god. Yeah. Fuck, I forgot I was
hate
gonna fucking say now. Yeah, no, that's gone.
Something
Sorry.
about tentacles, was it?
No,
Is.
is oh my god, is the video any update on that front over the course of time? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, I mean it's been definitely catching traction. You're getting a following to the point that people have shown up at Absalom. Like I say people, like one person has shown up at Absalom and been like you're not advertising it. It took me forever to track you down, but I'm glad I got to see you live.
Okay. Oh. Thanks. Now go, because I have a meeting and. No kidding. No, I think that definitely like gives her a good boost, and I think that like she's gonna continue to just work on her like profession, so to speak, to. You don't get a lot of downtime, and basically she's just wanting to make sure that like she's trending in the right direction for her future career along with everything else that she's doing.
Sure. I'll check in with both of you. Dr. Lin first. In all this time you're doing drugs, what are your
making.
making
Oh, oops,
drugs?
sorry, very.
Oh, so
easy
much
mistake.
better.
Sorry. What are your like thoughts on everything from the party to the universe to like you're supposed to be part of the Starfinder society and now you're making drugs and screw Grace?
All my homies hate Grace. So I mean, like Len was kind of going through like that rough spot after Zeha's death, where he felt like a little, like he might not have been the best doctor, and he also felt like he wasn't like resolved enough in what he was doing to like actually make an impact. And
Those are correct.
he felt like no one's giving him the respect he deserves. He works very hard to help people, to like work on this adaptation serum.
Do
And even
drugs.
like when he was back
Spread the
on
adaptation
Primoria, no one respected him and just they kicked him out of there and said like, hey, you can't make helpful stuff here, you suck. But now
For making the adaptation.
Dr. Len has found a chance to be able to help the party in a meaningful way
By
with
selling
money.
drugs.
How does this help the party? You being involved in a drug thing that happened because you exist.
Oh, sorry, Carrick. I'll speak up. With money. So
You've made 100. You've made
Wait.
100 credits.
Len
money-
is like,
The money that Zeha makes easily.
oh, you're 50 credits a week. Okay.
Oh,
You made a
sorry.
profit of
Do I need to
100, she
call up
made
my mom
200.
and get us another 1,000?
yeah. Just give. Actually, that'd be very helpful.
She would actually never do that.
But like,
but for
Len,
real, but for real.
yeah, Len is like actually like seeing results right now, and is like running a small drug ring, which
Sure.
is producing. He hasn't gotten busted yet. It's like actually going pretty well. And
You said seeing results. Is that something he felt he hasn't seen like with the whole party?
yeah,
Or
definitely. And
Starfinder Society even?
even like with his work on like the adaptation serum cure, or no, the adaptation virus cure, like that, and just kind of, I guess, working with Grace, there hasn't been many results at all. We haven't really learned anything in this whole time. And so this is like something he's actually feeling like he's being helpful with, even if he isn't actually.
For sure. No, I hear that. Zeha,
Yeah.
same questions really.
So
The party, Grace, Starfinder Society. Honestly, your Madaloon thing.
yeah, so I think that like it's complicated for her because she has obviously her own agenda to a point in terms of timeline, where she's on a strict timeline. Her tempering lasts for a year. She's over halfway through that tempering, and she has a job to do on her way back. So for her, this kind of realization of like, oh my god, time passes like so like that during the drift, through all this travel. Like, I thought I had a lot of time, and I'm realizing I don't. Like, the reality of traveling and doing all this stuff is I do not have a lot of time. And with everything and this whole group splitting up, she originally wanted to like get connected to the Starfinder Society, and maybe she can find out more information on Grace, or maybe she can utilize this other information. And that's again kind of similar to Dr. Len. Like, no one's getting anywhere on that front, and she doesn't think that alone she has the skills to get anywhere on that front necessarily either, like without the support of experimenting on Grace with Testu and Dr. Len and Mote, and you know what I mean, like in a lab. So she's going the only other route that she knows right now, which is to successfully accomplish her mission. Let's take the one piece of information she does know and the one piece of information that she can identify, like, can pursue on her own. Emotionally, she's frustrated and very conflicted because so she had just died and then got put in a dangerous situation on Castroville, and it flustered her, and she realized how, like, oh my god, this is like, what are we doing? Why are we putting our lives in such danger? Like, what's going on? Now weeks are passing on Absalom where she's safe, and she's just like, nothing's happening, nothing. So she's just like, what do I want? How do I get it? She's just getting very kind of like frustrated, so she's going to take more drastic actions in response.
For sure. So you send Derm off this message basically, and you're looking to have a meeting. We're gonna say the meeting with him is scheduled about a week and a half out. Like from, we'll say like at the end of the month, basically, like would be the meeting for him. I'm saying a week and a half out for purpose. I know we're getting kind of timey-wimey, but for purposes of what I'm about to say, it's a week and a half out. 5 days from now, so like in the middle of that, you get a message from Taya.
Okay.
That says, can we meet? It's about what you're looking into.
Most certainly. I'd be honored for your like, again, super formal, like, this is kind of what she does on purpose to the council. Have you know that, like, there's an overarching, like, oh yes, like, respect, like, that's like the front end. But for those, like, kind of can be taken as, I'll say, you know, when that kid is just like constantly reprimanded for like having to have proper manners, so that they do it on purpose. They're like, oh yeah, like, let me,
yes ma'am.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But she's kind of doing it to take back control a little bit.
For sure. You get a reply on when, basically it's like, it's probably, it would make me chuckle in real life. I don't know if it makes Zeha chuckle. But basically the message reply is when ? And then like parentheses, don't treat me like a council member, in parentheses. like the parentheses is much larger than the actual message, basically.
Right. I definitely think that, like, Zeha doesn't know how to take that. Like, so to her, Taya is the most confusing thing. And it's like, yeah, it's because there's so much that she's realizing as she's done all this research on the council members that, like, why did Dermoff suddenly behave differently after her grandmother's death? Where is Taya coming from? What is this other random business person? Like, she's kind of looking at this as like, I don't get any of this. I don't get how these decisions were made. I don't understand, and I'm supposed to be a part of this. And it's kind of like very imposter syndrome-y. Like, if I fail this mission, I'm not gonna get a chance. 2, if I do succeed, what the fuck's going on? She's just feeling like out of her element. So, but she's obviously not gonna show that. So she just kind of ignores it and replies to the actual question, and she'll set a time.
For sure. Before or after the Dermoff meeting? I'll tell you. It's in the ball is in Zeha's court, but Zeha would know based on timing and how these messages are going. Taya wants to meet prior.
I'll allow it for sure.
Okay. All right. With that, we're gonna go to Testu.
No, I want my meeting.
Wow.
Testu.
Feel good. Feel good.
Are you?
Feeling great.
Okay, it's your turn. Dr. Duro is passed out from a stun pulse behind you. This orc person is this orcish, I should say, trooper is in front of you, just kind of on their last legs. The turret in front of you has set up itself to shoot again, but has not shot, which makes you think, like, based on everything you've learned, will be firing this turn. It is your turn.
Tetsu hauls back for, instead of punching him this time, he reaches down, grabs Dr. Duro, and does a 21 continue to hit.
A 21 does continue to hit.
Then he's just going to slam his foot right into this guard's chest and into the wall. Knock him into the wall for 22 points. 22 points of damage.
All right.
As I spend an entropy point. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, you watch him hit the back of the wall. You see literally the lights go out of his eyes, and you know that for sure he's about to he's done. And while he's falling, he palms the ground and begins to stand back up.
Oh,
because of ferocity.
It works.
I say, as I see him come back up, I say, last chance.
You see him looking at you literally pretty dazed from everything. Is trying to look between you, looks down at the passed out Dr. Duro. And give me an intimidation check.
I'm going to chicky nugget it. I have one more left of this, because Eric. 18 plus 8, 26.
Ooh.
Right. You watch him raise.
First one was an 8.
He raises his hands, and you can see in his face that he would much rather not die here.
Alright, if I feel very confident that I'm not going to get shot in the back when I start going, then I intend to turn away when I have an action. But I had to use my move action to do the super punch, so.
Yep. Yeah, I'll tell you that the gun and his baton are both on the ground.
Okay.
But the turret does fire at you. You also hear You also hear other turrets going off in the other room, in front of you, and actually behind you.
Clear the way, baby. Clear the way.
It's only coming at you. It's going to be a concealment.
Yeah, that'll help a whole lot.
How?
Yay!
How do you always roll these?
Natural 18 in the concealment. That's a hit.
Yeah, you think?
I think I think someone
no,
at ISO needs to patch this. Like, it's obviously bugged.
No, it's
Yeah.
roll 20. It's not.
It's roll 20.
Yeah, this isn't.
No,
It's not
Tiger's game
necessarily a
mechanic.
hit. You still did you roll a nat 20?
Does a natural 20 hit?
My God.
No,
Are you
Waffles,
feeling?
it doesn't.
Is
Are you
this the
feeling,
laser or is this
rough
the
yet?
stun?
This is gonna be an extreme blow.
Well, no
Um,
one knows.
Hey,
So
hey,
my
Danny.
confidence was very high. Now
Danny, for roll 20, I have. Can you just I'm gonna just be
Thank you.
messaging you. What the
Yeah.
fuck, y'all?
Yeah.
Thanks, Danny. I appreciate you.
yeah.
So about those bribes. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I guess I gotta pull this out again, huh?
You do. I need another crit card. Thank you.
Well, I gained 2 entropy points. Bright sides.
Is this the
Oh,
stun or is
okay.
this the laser?
It doesn't.
Energy, electricity, please.
Oh. I was doing real good, guys.
This is extreme blow. It's gotta happen.
Extreme
this would be the
blow
time.
is extreme spell. I want that one.
Ooh.
That
Oh,
is not a spell, but that would be hype as heck.
I know,
that sounds
right?
cool.
Usually
Tetsu's
spells are like
last thoughts.
super hype.
I'm sorry, and you said this is energy, right? So,
Yeah.
catalytic counter. Crit
No.
effect. The target's energy attacks deal half damage for 1d3 rounds.
I
unlucky.
love these crit
That's
effects.
That's
That's unlucky for
insane.
Tetsu, right?
Yeah,
Well, it's fine for me. I'll just not.
I thought
do
you did
energy.
energy damage.
I can do energy damage.
Oh, you can
Oh,
choose.
okay.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
I can choose. Yeah.
I like that.
I feel my
Still
fist
double
like
damage,
fade out.
though.
It's like just fisting.
Yeah, it's still double damage.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You take 21 non-lethal electricity damage.
23 damage, which helps my math because now I'm at 28 hit points. I'm
Whew.
going to spend a reaction and a resolve point as my nanites start cooking.
Okay.
I hate.
Nano machines.
I hate to
son.
bring this up, but was that half your health in terms of damage?
Oh.
Not half my health.
No, I was about to say there's no way because he's at 28 and I only did 21 damage. So
Yeah. Well, you did. Yeah, you did 23 because I took extra damage. But yeah,
Sure,
that
sure,
was
sure.
20 damage of my 48 max health.
Okay.
But it's still a chunk, so I probably do take a wound. What's
That-
I
that's
forget
what I
what
was
the-
asking.
it's half, I think, right?
Yeah, it's half.
always. Oh, I thought it was like a quarter was like a lesser wound or something.
No.
Yeah, it's half, which is that's why I said like when we made the rule, I was like these are going to be dangerous early, but as it gets
Yeah.
more and more, it'll be a little less dangerous.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah, you're clearly hurt, and Dr. Dura's still on the ground. It is.
Yeah.
You hear through your comm units. Hey, got the guy down. He's down in the next room. And you hear like a grunt as you hear and feel a large explosion coming from the front of the jail.
That's a
Tibble's
good
feet.
sign.
That's
That's
funny.
definitely a good sign.
Yeah, that's
For
good.
you, not me. Best buddy Tim will know. Tetsu has really no other choice other than he just starts hauling it, hoping that Tibble, having hacked the gun's not working.
Yeah, you begin hauling it. The
I can't
guns
move.
are. You just moved upwards.
Well, I know
The guns are not working, and for the sake of the next current rounds, I'm gonna say you're semi out of initiative. Tell me where you go and what you do. Consider this still a dungeon, basically.
Yeah, Tetsu is currently with Dr. Duro still alive and just stunned. He is dragging him along like combat drag style behind him, shield braced out in front of him, and just kind of running down the corridor. Because Tetsu's whole plan is get Dr. Duro out the front, get him to the spaceship the transport that they came in on that's still refueling, and just get out of here as quick as possible. So, pretty
Make
simple
this
plan.
transport ship
Uh,
an accomplice.
If I have to hijack a ship for perfectly good moral reasons, it's fine. It's not like I'm gonna be bad.
That's what I'm saying. That's pretty much what I'm doing here.
I mean, if we're fine with Len cooking drugs, I'm
very fine with
hijacking a transport ship to help an innocent man flee an unjust crime.
Y'all,
also,
Mote Aizen here. Did anybody say we were okay with this? Like, is anybody
No.
okay? Just
No.
You allowed it to happen.
No one stopped me.
I'm okay
No
with
one
this.
stopped them.
That's it.
Also, I assume like 2 rounds
just
pass
going to
mechanically.
We'll say 3 for your nanite purposes, basically.
Yeah.
Len
Okay.
is an
You-
adult cyphozoan. Sorry.
The door is closed in front of you. Do you like attempt
very
to
clear
milk
ties to
it
you.
at all?
Do I attempt to what?
Milk it at all? Like milk your nanites? Like, are you gonna sit here and stay like behind the door?
No, Tetsu figures like time is of the essence. Like as good as health would be, like getting the hell out is the most important thing because guards are collapsing upon this location, and he's assuming that his best chance is just get out. But he does pull out a grenade, like in his last smoke grenade, like ready to just clear a path.
All right,
And one conceal check will save him. Please.
I'm sure it
Surely.
will. You come through this door, Tibble and or sorry, not Tibble, Dr. Dura and
Jimbo!
You see a pulse blast goes like of electricity, goes past your face, hits the wall, and you look up to see Kazkan standing right there.
How?
With his witch weird forearms, one gun pointed down at Tibble on the ground, who is unconscious, and one gun pointed at you.
What? What? I was not ready.
Of things I was expecting to happen, this was not it. Tetsu, much like me, stops very stunned at the fact that Kazkan, of all people, is here. And just kind of like, for like a solid second, doesn't say or do anything. As like his shield just slightly adjusts in Kaz's direction and goes, I would like to leave without more trouble.
You see the old sinister smile that you're used to creep on his face. He says, sure. Door's right there. I'll keep this one. Talking about Tibble, clearly.
Yeah. Why do you want him?
Let's just say you've made some friends I need. Been keeping tabs. You're doing well. Another smile, just like creeping on his face, pretty big. But if you'd like, we can trade the doctor.
Tetsu just kind of like stares in his direction for a long moment as
They can both do what I need.
What are you involved in now?
You want to be a part of it? You can always come back. I'll make sure they're both safe if you're here.
Will you let me take Tibble?
For the doctor.
I'm a little busy right now.
No, he said the doctor. Yeah, you got...
Right.
Sorry, I assumed.
Yeah, Tetsu just kind of like looks at him for a long moment and then just starts walking towards the door with Dr. Duro to leave.
He keeps his gun trained on you, but lets you.
Tetsu very much, inner monologue wise, is not letting this pass. But Tibble's not going to die. And most importantly, Tetsu knows who has Tibble and where Tetsu can strike next. If he's got a ship, like is the ship there? Does Tetsu think like he can just leave?
Yeah, the taxi ship's still there. it is like emergency packing up. Like some of the lights are off, the red lights are on because of the explosion that happened while it was connected. It's beginning to basically like, you got a minute, let's get out of here kind of thing. But you're getting in on like the 30-second mark.
Yeah, I like back in, shield still face to Kaz in case he does a dumb move, and drags Dr. Derwin, who's very much not able to survive another fight. So Testu is just going to drag Dr. Duro on and kind of like look at the pilot and say, "We're going back to Absalom. Is there a problem with that?"
No. That's where I'm headed. We're going, yeah. And they're starting to lock up. As the airlock is closing, you're looking back and you watch Kazkan like grab Tibble under one of his forearms. He puts a hand up to like the wall, and you watch him like phase through it. And it's not something you've seen before, but I'll say even looking like you can run to the back of the taxi ship that you're in currently, look out real quick, and there's a ship that's like using the side of the space station of the jail as a airlock.
Okay. So he just made an airlock, basically.
Basically, yeah. And so you get the sense that the explosion and the large shaking was like him ramming his ship and attaching this makeshift airlock.
Lovely. Yeah, Testu is just going to like just stare out the back, watching that ship for a moment, and then, very much not pleased with the situation, is going to pull out his game system. And is going to like in the game that we play, and like there's DMs in it and such, and he's just going to DM Tibble. "I am sorry, but help will come." And he figures Kaz is not going to look at the game system, so he's like, he just wants to let Tibble know that he's not abandoning it. And then he's just going to very stoically just start to patch up Dr. Duro and make sure Dr. Duro is fine as they head back to Absalom. At the very least, he needs to get timey-wimey stuff. Testu has been like out of the picture for a bit, so I don't know like where he is in the timeline. He would like to go help Aizen and Mote, but like he first needs to drop off a very bad Dr. Duro, and then figure out next steps.
For sure. And so that'll put you, just so you know, Testu may not know this obviously, but that'll put you back at Absalom after the month that has already passed. And then you can decide like based on what other people are doing, because drift stuff.
Yeah.
Alright.
That was bullshit.
Holy
Alright.
hell. I'm gonna say, I said it in chat, I'm gonna say it again. Waffles is the god of difficult fucking character decisions. Holy hell.
That was an easy decision for Testu.
Yeah, it was
They
like-
both are alive.
Is it?
It wasn't a happy decision.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Difficult can be like emotionally difficult
yeah.
too.
Now I just have to kill Waffles in real life.
Yeah. That's my goal. And then we find ourselves back on the planet. The storm raging as Aizen is crawling out of the drop pod.
It actually disintegrates when you land, so it like
Perfect.
dramatically is just gone.
Yeah, it disintegrates. Whatever was holding on to it is no longer there. You seem relatively safe minus the storm that you're currently in. You do see lightning striking the ground like literally every 3-4 seconds. Some are close, some are very far away. You remember that? Anybody ever play Final Fantasy X where you have to walk through that lightning field?
Exactly what I was
And you have
thinking.
to
Yes.
like dodge the lightning bolts. It's very similar to that. Like it's just everywhere around you, dark everywhere.
If I do it 200 times, can I get a rare weapon?
Spoilers. Dude.
I was just starting that game.
Adverse to that game, there are no like safe spots for you to go stand in.
Mhm.
But you're on the ground.
But I am in the caldera. Like I'm off where I was meant to land, but I'm still
You
within
are.
theoretically the same storm system that I wanted to be in.
Yes, you feel like you're in the same storm system. You don't know. You're like looking around, trying to gather where you are in the map. Being in the storm, you can't get the map to update or anything. But you know you're in the same storm. You just don't know if you're closer or further. Give me a survival check.
It's not a great skill, but I do have it as a class skill, so hopefully I
Oh.
roll better. So let's see here. +3, let's go. 8. Ugh, poor.
Yeah. I'm gonna say for a little while here, for sake of story, Aizen is just wandering around, getting a little lost by all the mountains. You probably backtrack on yourself a couple of times because like while this is your home planet and stuff, nobody really traverses outside of the cities.
If they do, there's specific locations that everyone knows, and everyone knows the pathways.
Exactly. So while Aizen's wandering around, Mote, what's going on? Are you landing?
Yeah, so whatever protocols I would have become aware of for landing procedure into Shimmered Sara, I would try to do. I try to follow the proper channels as best as I can, because I don't want to have any like crazy stuff thrown my way, like super distrust. I just want them to be just like, oh, you're just some dude coming to visit. Cool. If there's any sort of questions as to what I'm doing, then there would be my answers would revolve around I'm trying to get video footage for of some of the events that they have, some of the combat events if possible, and while I'm here I wanted to just kind of get some interesting footage of the storm because I know a lot of people haven't really seen that, but I had heard it's quite wild. So this is basically for my VidTube channel, and I'm looking to grow. And I'm going in
Okay.
basically as Hal.
For sure. So Hal is like the credentials you're using?
Yeah.
Okay. You get you get hailed like twice. Once upon your descent, asking where you're landing. You're like, I'm landing in this city. My business is video making, blah blah blah. Second, for your credentials, you use Hal's credentials. As you land, you're allowed in. Everyone kind of like points you down, like brings the ship to where it should be, et cetera, make sure everything's safe. You're greeted by two security guard type people. They're more like the same people on like Absalom and stuff. Like when you land on the ship, they're gonna take all your paperwork on the ship, make sure it's not a stolen ship, to see if there's any bad cargo on it, et cetera, and then let you through, basically. As they do, they check everything. Everything seems to check out overall. And as you're beginning to venture into the city proper, you are greeted by anywhere, I'm going to say 5 to, let's see, as they all walk up, 7 different Shimmerines that all walk up. 3 with swords, 4 in or 2 in suits, 2 in dresses.
Uh-oh.
Are the guards similar, as in like they feel more uniform, or do they feel a little bit random?
The ones with swords feel uniform. The others feel like highly, like almost somewhere between ceremonial and just ritzy. Like old. I'm trying to think of the best way to explain it. Like old and ceremonial, old and ritzy. Like people who would, yeah.
They're
And
not
geeks almost.
Do I get a sense that they might be of similar stature to those 2 that I was taking the video for that were about to be on the Queen's Council in Castrovel?
They were.
Give me a culture check. They weren't
Okay.
Shimmerines, but he's saying like nobility type thing.
Gotcha.
20.
Yeah, I'll say the 4 definitely the two in suits and the two in dresses definitely seem at least acting or portraying a similar stature. That they are the way they're walking, the way they're coming straight at you. You see one of them like step in front of one of the more military garbed out. And just the way they're walking to you, you definitely think they're similar to those that you were taking videos for.
Okay. Clocking that they are definitely heading my direction, I'm just going to slow to roll, kind of look up, take a glance at all of them, and just kind of... I think I'd have been messing with Wasp a little bit as I was making sure that it was configured in a more standard video drone form instead of the Wasp aspect. So
For
the
sure.
tail is kind of like folded in so it doesn't look threatening.
Yep.
They approach and I just go, you look like you're coming to me. What can I help you with?
Yes, we are. We understand that you entered out of the drift with one Shimrin.
Shimrin? I don't believe there was anyone on my ship. Can you clarify?
Yes, you see them. You see one of the people in a much darker, like purple suit, very similar to like Tetsu's color suit. Raise their hand in front of the person in the dress's face that's speaking, and speaks up and says, "If you could, place them in custody first." And the three military people begin to attempt to cuff you if you're going to try to...
Hold on. Whoa. I think I ordered some explanation before you trying and cuffing me. That's some hokey shit. I'm just trying to get some videos done. What are you doing?
We'll give you explanation, but I
You can
don't
come
want
look
you
at the
to run
ship.
away
I don't
first.
think... I will walk you to the ship. You don't gotta check anything. There was nothing on there that is a Shimrin. I've only met a couple Shimrins on Absalom. Maybe you want to walk on the ship? I don't know. Maybe he dropped some rock. I don't know what's going on, man.
We have technology that allows us, anyone entering our space from the drift, to immediately scan their ships. This would be of high interest to you, Mo, because you've never heard of
this is
anything
high
that,
interest.
you've never heard of anything like that whatsoever.
Yeah,
To be able to immediately scan a ship leaving the drift. It's the way they're explaining it. It's like a ping. It's like, if ship leaves drift, we scan. Like, boom.
And it seems like it'd be fairly far-reaching in that case. So
Yes.
it's of high interest, and I'm just thinking, damn it, Aizen! I wish you knew.
Theoretically, I didn't know, right? This is not anything
No.
I could have. Yeah.
No.
That's,
Oh yeah, I assume that's
So
way
So
above
let's
whatever pay
retcon
grade
all
you have.
this.
yeah, no.
Oh, we would have
No.
known.
Yeah.
But they say that they're being relatively respectful to you. You get the sense that you were being asked to be placed in custody, so they were giving you information, and they just wanted you in custody to be to tell you that information. But they're also being relatively hostile and pushy at the same time. They're not about to kill you, but they clearly think you're coming with them. They approached you with 7 people, 3 military. They don't think you're walking out of here.
Okay. So with that in mind, Mote is going to just have Wasp just go back and just clamp on as just a extra battery in the backpack, and it just flies in and then into the backpack and just kind of transforms into a battery nestled among 2 or 3 others, and provided they don't inspect it, there's a way for Wasp to kind of work towards crawling out, and I'd like to, as we walk on, I'm going to go willingly. I'm not going to try to resist. I'm going to try to avoid being placed in cuffs. That would be annoying. But I want to try to get Wasp to be able to just kind of drop out of the pack and basically I want to send it an instruction if it gets that far to fly out of the city, go find Aizen, and lead him back to the city.
Okay. During all this, we'll say they're not going to cuff you. You do get small talk too of, we see your drone, we see your tech, talking about like your mask and stuff. Obviously, it's a little covered, looks different, etc. But like they know it's a mask. They can say one of them can tell that it's like a voice modulator type thing, just by the way you carry yourself. They basically say that if you try anything funny, you'll be placed in tech limiting cuffs. And I'll say that Mote probably knows what those are, and those are similar to what people can assume in a fantasy world. Like you get cuffs placed on you, it doesn't let you cast magic. This is like it doesn't let you like access electricity kind of thing. Like, but right now, you're free. It's like an open warning. So, with that, as Mote is taken through what looks to be this quite like for Mote, like quite amazing just landscape of a city. There is glass and metal and electricity and technology everywhere in this city. Think 2900 New York City or something, like super futuristic, like skyscrapers everywhere. Aizen is wandering around in the middle of a storm. We see Dr. Len and Crick kind of working hand in hand. Sana comes, grabs a bag of drugs, leaves.
Unrelated to the deliveries.
We watch as Tibble, or sorry, not Tibble. We watch as Testu.
Aww.
Hold on, there's a reason I said Tibble. We watch as Testu gets a message back on his video game that says, Tibble's busy.
Oh.
He knows how to turn on the switch.
Tibble was hacking with the switch.
Aw.
And then we watch as Zeha is sitting at a table in a dark little club type bar across from Taya.
Hello.
As Taya gives a wry little smile and tosses a Starfinder badge on the table at Zeha and says, "That's where we'll end the session."
What's up?
Taya,
Weird to say.
I was getting so excited too. I was like, oh my god.